In this video, we are going to try and find out and prove that the privacy expense can be converted into a profit for the organization depending on the way you want to look at it. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on privacy. And as I said, let's see if we can convert the privacy expense into a profit center. So, what are the good practices that managing privacy brings into an organization? It makes the processes transparent for everyone who is dealing with the organization. So it introduces transparency, it brings lawfulness, legally valid, fair in processing, okay, so no confusions, proactive protection. That means the processes are redesigned to make sure that the basic working itself takes care of the privacy. What we say as privacy by design. Users feel empowered. They feel that they are controlling their own data, they are controlling the way the system works for them. And overall, it helps building trust and accountability for the organization. Let's see how do these principles of privacy bring in good things to the organization and how can they be done. Sometimes maybe not even spending too much of money. For example, we start with privacy notice. Now, what does privacy notice mean? It means that I as a fiduciary, am telling the world this is how I will handle the personal data that comes to me from you. Wow. And if I follow the privacy notice, now this is very simple, no rocket science. I, as a businessman, think I need to take care of the personal data of my customers in this way. All that I'm doing is documenting it in form of a notice and informing the people around. So they know now that I, as a fiduciary, am handling the data with the best possible practices, right? And those practices are known, so there is transparency. I take their consent. Privacy says you have to. So if you are following privacy, you are taking a free and valid consent with clearly defined purpose and the information being used only for that purpose. All principles met. DPDP Act says it has to be a granular, unambiguous consent. So there is more detail into the consent that I am taking from you, and I am giving you the option to easily revoke it if you are not satisfied with me. What does it mean? So what am I saying? I define the purpose. I use the data for that purpose. I use the data for the purpose for which I have taken a consent from you. The consent is free, valid, granular, unambiguous. And I give you the option to revoke it as and when I want to or as and when you want to. All this shows that I am handling your data lawfully and I am being extremely fair while processing your data. What have I changed in my organization system with these two things? A, I have published a document that states how am I going to process it in form of privacy notice to win your confidence. B, I have taken a consent and made sure that I am working according to the purpose and the consent defined. Does that increase the data principal's confidence on me? Yes, it does. There's no doubt about it. I review all my existing processes, put in privacy elements over there. I instruct HR. I don't want to see any paper on your table. Simple. Very, very simple. I instruct the entire team. In cafeteria, you are not discussing anyone's performance. I tell a manager you are discussing the performance of your junior only with him or with HR, no third party. Simple practices internally. What am I doing? I'm just educating my team on these processes. These would include, of course, processes when they are handling customer or vendor data as well, so the data of the principal. And I'm introducing privacy by design while I'm processing or while I'm ensuring proactive protection to the data that my organization has collected. Is there a major expense? Not really. By the way, I'm assuming that I already have a data center which has a firewall, which is regularly updated, which has a file server, which has a role-based access, right? So those things are there, and I'm shifting a bit of my processes to be privacy compliant. Simple things. So there's not too much of a cost that I'm adding. I'm just reinforcing my own focus towards the personal data. I ensure and I build a portal or maybe a tool where you as a data principal can come and lodge in your concerns. These concerns could be your grievances. These concerns could be related to your rights. You want the right to access. You want to see what data I have. You want to see when the consent was given, when the consent was revoked. I'm just attaching a front-end portal with the database. You want to get your data erased. You want to be forgotten. You want to revoke your consent. Maybe granular is only one of those. You want to get your data changed. They're all easily visible in front of you. You can handle them yourselves. I make a grievance redressal system, strong breach management process, right? So if there's an issue, it is quickly reported. If there's a grievance, it is quickly answered. I'm not asking my team to wait and say, well, the government allows me, the regulators say you can respond in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Well, I want to respond right now, and that gives me many benefits. You are happy and satisfied. You are less bothered or bothered for lesser, shorter duration. I am off it. One of my tickets is closed, right? So my system also shows quick resolutions. Gives me satisfaction, gives you satisfaction. You getting satisfied, would you love to work with me again? I'm sure you would. So the sooner I respond, the better I look like, and the better it comes to you that this guy is accountable for what he's doing. That is why he's doing it quickly and not waiting for some X amount of time period. Right? So these things bring or increase the confidence of the data principal in the organization, which automatically will give you growth. And then I want to measure my success. How many new customers onboarded? How many new people gave in their consent to work with me? And how many of them withdrew their consent? What was the purpose of withdrawing consent? Was it a change of address? Was it a bad process? Right? How many grievances have I received for the bad process, for the change of address? It's having a good updated database is one of the good data handling practices. What is the satisfaction level to the responses that I have been giving? I said instead of 4 weeks, I'll give it in 4 days. Did I give a good response? Do people like it? So that means if there is no negative feedback or if there are positive feedbacks, then we are doing it good, right? And I'm monitoring what is the overall business growth that I have got by implementing these small things. I don't think there is too much of expense. It's all a change of mindset. Expense may be towards getting them reinforced by regular trainings, by awareness mechanisms so that people can understand that, right? What is the cost of getting them wrong? That's very interesting. You first need to inform your data principals that there's a breach. Then you need to do some mitigations with them, especially if any one of them has already got impacted by the time you inform or by the time they could take an action. A legal expense, and legal expense is not only cash, it's a lot of mental fatigue. Cost of time that has been spent on these three items, cost of impact on your brand. Once it becomes public, which it has to, you have to announce the breach. Regulators, they will also announce the breach. There will be impact. Customers will break away from you. They may come back later, but they'll break away. And on top of it, a 250 crore rupees in India, 4% of annual turnover worldwide with GDPR. Tough. The cost is so huge. I'm telling you, as an Indian, having faced the judiciary system, your legal cost is so huge that several businesses might even shut down as compared to the cost they would have spent on making sure that there is no breach or minimizing the impact of breach. Like for example, the data is encrypted, so even if it has been breached, it is not usable, so the impact is minimal. So there are few steps that help you convert your privacy expense into a profit center. Fixing trust is 10 times more expensive than protecting it. So better protect the trust that the customer or the principal had on you while they shared their personal information. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel, and share your feedback in the comment section.